I'm pretty sure anyone who watched Nick Jr. in the late of 2000s and early 2010s know what the Wonder Pets are, right? Well, I sure to love that show when I was a kid, but if I have to explain about what happened to me recently, I must warn you that this story may contain violence that may not be suitable for children, so you have been warned. Anyways, let's begin. It was just a normal day for me. I was at the Target looking at the DVD aisle, looking for a DVD I would like, until I found a DVD for some reason in a CD case, written in Sharpie handwriting. On the top it said, The Wonder Pets, and the bottom said, Season 4 Premiere, which was peculiar because the series had 3 seasons and since the show got cancelled in 2013 or 2016. For those who don't know what Wonder Pet is, its Nick Jr. show was created by Josh Silegh. I grew up with the show. Wonder Pets was one of my favorite childhood shows, alongside The Backyardigans and Me How Kai Lan. I went to the checkout stand to pay for the DVD. As I gave it to that woman working the cashier, she asked me, "Did you actually find that on one of the DVD racks?" I said, "Yes." She then said, "I don't any Target would sell any DVD like that." I paid for the DVD and went home. When I get home, I put the DVD in my portable DVD player and sat down and watched it. As the DVD started with the Paramount DVD logo from 2003, but it doesn't seem right. The sky was red and orange. There was what looked to be fire behind the clouds. And when the DVD text flashed, there was an explosion. And then the Nickelodeon DVD logo from 2010 played. But something was off. The logo was on fire like it. Someone lit it. Then the DVD played a couple Nick Jr. promos. After the promos, it cut to the DVD menu, which was interesting. The menu consisted of Linny, Tuck, and Mingming flying on the flyboat with the Wonder Pets logo with the Nickelodeon logo on the top, and on the bottom there was a red text saying Season 4 is here. And like I said, it was peculiar because the series only had 3 seasons and the show got cancelled in 2013 or 2016. I pressed episode selection and there was only 4 episodes. They were how it all began. A job well done, back to Kalamazoo, and the final hours, which was the strange. I didn't remember Wonder Pets having an episode titled The Final Hours. Also, I haven't heard about any Season 4 episodes at all, so I had a feeling that Nickelodeon lied. The Final Hours episode thumbnail was just pitch black, so I went back to the main menu and pressed play all. After I watched the first 3 episodes, it moved on to the 4th and the last episode. However, a warning screen popped up and the warning screen said,
The following episode may contain violence that are related to apocalyptic movies, so you may not watch this if you're younger, so please watch at your own risk. Thank you.
"Oh, won't be good," I muttered. The intro started, but the sky was lavender and the Nickelodeon logo was dark red and it looked a bit broken, like someone demolished it. The Wonder Pets logo was rusty and almost destroyed. The kids in the background weren't singing the Wonder Pets theme, and the music was replaced with the music of the opening sequence from the 1996 The Island of Morneau. And there was a red text date on the bottom right corner said 10/17/16. I think that was the date when the series actually ended because if you look it up, it actually says October 17, 2016. Oh, and the logo on the episode reminds me of an apocalyptic city. Anyways, the intro didn't continue as usual, but something was wrong. The created by Josh Silegh and the creative director Jennifer Oxley text were the blood red and with the banger font. After the camera panned to the school, the bell rang, but it didn't sound like this ringing. It sounded like the Grease E's alarm. Instead of the camera panning to the entrance of the school, it panned to the left and the music stopped. The red date text faded out. Then it faded to a warning sign in the team's backyard. It was like the title card. It read the wonderpets, the final hours. But this time, the kid voice who reads the title cards don't sound like a kid. He sounds like a 16-year-old boy. He read the title card just like kid did every episode. The episode began by the camera panning to the bottom right where the Wonder Pets were walking. It went on for a few seconds until they stopped.
And a few job well done.
Mingming spoke.
You said it, Mingming. We saved the baby hummingbird again, and now he's hopping out this call for celery.
Linny replied. However, instead of just simply pulling out of a piece of celery, Linny ran out of the schoolhouse to get a celery. The scene then to the cut to the school. Linny was going to get a celery in a mini fridge. I didn't think they had a mini fridge in the show.
Celery, here I come.
Linny called. Linny opened the fridge, but there was no celery. The only things that were in the fridge were a ton of the bottles of the red Gatorade.
Oh no!
Linny gasped.
I'm out of celery.
Linny then ran away to tell Tuck and Mingming. The scene then to cut Tuck and Mingming, wondering where Linny was. Where's Linny? Tuck wondered. I'm not really sure. Mingming agreed. Just then, Linny ran back into the shop.
Good.
What's wrong, Linny?
We ran out of celery.
Linny answered. Well, I guess we eat celery every time we save something, like saving a lot of animals. So someone would just buy some new celery. Tuck spoke. It's just one thing, Mingming thought. Who would run out to get some celery? Linny asked. You, Tuck told Linny. Well, what do we do? Linny wondered. I don't know, Tuck answered. I know exactly the right place where we need to get the celery, Linny mentioned. The scene cut to the team flying on their flyboat, singing their We're on Our Way song. It then cut to the team arriving to Shoprite. I never seen them go to the natural store before, I thought. Here we are, Shoprite, Linny spoke. But what if we get trampled by a big crowd of people? Mingming said. Well, let's just go in, Linny replied. They went to the entrance of the market, and then the next scene showed on the team in the market. Wow, you're right, Mingming. There's a lot of people, Linny presumed. What do we do? Tuck asked. Linny explained. If we get celery, we will. The ES sound played in the background, and the team's expressions changed from happy to being shocked. Oh no! The emergency alert system is on! Tuck panicked. This is serious! Mingming sang. After the ES sound played, a mail store announcer spoke in the background and spoke. The following message is transmitted at the request of all United States government. All normal broadcasting, radio broadcasting, and even more has been discontinued during this alert. There is an asteroid named N-62 Meteor that is going to hit the planet, and it poses severe damages to vehicles, buildings, and even more seek shelter immediately. If there is no shelter available, go to get this public shelter. If you don't have a vehicle, then get to the bus stop or taxi cab stand or tricycle or motorcycle and ask to get a public shelter. If you're not able to find a bus stop or taxi and cab stand or bicycle, tricycle, motorcycle, then run to the public shelter as quick as possible. Do not panic, remain calm. Panicking will make the disaster worse. So stay tuned for more information, the situation, and good luck seeking shelter. The use then ended. Linny, Tuck, and Mingming gasped in horror after they heard the alarm. Oh no! Linny gasped. This isn't good. What do we have? Mingming questioned. I don't know, Tuck answered.
Then the scene showed people running through the street while cars were speeding up The sky turned red. The wonderpets quickly ran as fast as they could and hopped in the flyboat. They quickly soared through the sky. Dramatic music started playing in the background as a tornado siren started playing in the background as well. Come on, Linny! Fly faster! Fly faster so we can get to the shelter! Quickly! Quickly! Fly faster! Now quickly! Quickly! We don't want to die! Mingming! Quiet! We're almost get to the shelter! Now stop panicking like the emergency alert system told us before. Don't panic! Panicking will make this disaster worse. Now calm down and be quiet! Linny angrily told her Mingming. I was shocked. I never heard someone say die and shut up in preschool show like this before, as well as the characters' dialogue being the panic and realistic. Okay then, if you say so, Mingming sighed. As they arrived to the shelter, wonderpets got out of the flyboat and rushed downstairs to the shelter as they made it. They sat down in a hurry. There, I think we should safe be here, Linny told them. Good thing we made it, Linny, Tuck reminded. Is this gonna be serious? Mingming wondered. Oh no! An emergency alert. It's on a cell phone, Tuck gasped. I didn't even know any of wonderpets had a cell phone. You need to check it, Tuck Mingming reminded Tuck. Then Tuck grabbed the phone, checked the message. What does the message say, Tuck? Linny asked Tuck. Then the next scene showed the message on a Tuck's phone and read, The world is about to end in 5 minutes. Seek shelter immediately. This is not a test. The camera zoomed in the message and the dun-dun-dun sound effect played in the background. Oh no! Tuck gasped. It says world's about to end in 5 minutes. What? Linny questioned. Uh-oh, Mingming muttered. Now what are we gonna do? Not sure, Linny answered. Me neither, Tuck agreed. Oh no, a lady in the car gasped. What have you done to the car? Oops, I'm sorry. The man in the car apologized. I'm trying to get in the shelter fast. Then it cut the car zooming in full speed. While this asteroid is in the sky. Let's get to the shelter quick before the asteroid crashes. A man's voice in the car panicked. The scene changed to the van crashing to the different car. Then a scene of an airplane soaring through the sky as fast shown. Then the scene suddenly changed to the dead pigeon from the Save the Pigeon. Riding the toy motorcycle he was driving, Crazy Like drank a lot of energy drinks. Then he arrived at the public shelter, and then the scene cut back to the wonderpets. It scene changed to the TV with an E-screen. Differences was the sounds were in a loud volume. Then it eventually shows some 3 arrow signs of the street while 3 cars are speeding in the same directions. It cut to the public shelter with an airplane landing with the people running out of the shelter. They were screaming. Then a car pulled out the shelter. Suddenly, a truck crashed right into the car. It cut to Ollie and his parents driving. Mom, I'm scared, Ollie panicked. Don't worry, Ollie. We're almost here at the shelter, Ollie's mom responded. Dad, drive faster, Ollie began panicked. I'm trying my best, Ollie's dad told Ollie. Then the ES tone played from the car. Oh my God, an emergency alert system is on the radio, Ollie's dad nervously told Ollie. It cut the person standing to the taxi stop, and a taxi car arrived to the pickup of the person. They got into the taxi car, and Ollie's car drove away. Then suddenly changed to the taxi car driving to the public shelter for 3 seconds. Just then, the scene cut to the meteor soaring down from the sky for 5 seconds. The scene then shone on a cow, kitten, a dog, the dish and spoon from Help the Cow Jump Over the Moon, the hummingbird and his dad, unicorn and dragon, Granny Beanie, Bernie, Granny, Winnie Bug, Marvin and Aunt Eleanor inside the bus getting to the shelter. Come on, on, driver! The cow panicked. We don't want to die! Yeah, the kitten berated. Mommy, I'm scared. Marvin panicked. Don't worry, I always keep you safe. Aunt Eleanor reassured Marvin. There it is, the shelter! The unicorn pointed out. As they arrived, the driver dropped them off and the bus brought away. They ran to shelter. Just then, it cut back to the wonderpets. Guys, you here? Linny said. Marvin, you are here! Mingming shouted as he hugged him. Buck, you there? Tug told Buck. Yep, Buck replied. Since you guys here, we can now survive until the end. Now find a spot where you can be safe. Linny spoke. Then it cut to the scene people running away from their house and getting into the car get to the shelter. Then the car then zoomed away. Then the scene surprisingly cut to the bunch of the toy vehicles driving to the left in the block, while the gecko from Save the Gecko was falling between them until he jumped to one of the cars. It then cut to a hand holding a phone with a black screen in the pixelated text, saying,
Your phone has been interrupted due to the meteor about hit Earth. Seek shelter immediately.
A distorted voice was reading the message was in the background. Then it cut to the Triceratops from the Save the Dinosaur, pointing at the meteor of the sky. There was also crowd screaming playing in the background as well. What's that thing in the sky? The dead Triceratops wondered. The dead Triceratops' face changed into a chalk face as he saw a meteor heading straight for them. Oh gosh, he gasped. It's the N-62 Meteor. It's gotta get to the shelter. Quickly. That's why people around the world panicking. And cut to the main road with the 7 vehicles. The driving left of the crowded, panicking sound stopped. Warning, the N-62 Meteor is about to hit Earth in less than 1 minute, the men warned as the cars drove away. Oh gosh, I gotta run! The man panicked as he ran away. The scene cut to the sign on the road saying, Help protect the planet, with the helicopter crashing into the sign of the person in the helicopter questioning, what the... At the same time, after the helicopter fell, it exploded for a second. I heard someone said, the world is about to an end. In less than 1 minute, Linny gasped. Who was it? Mingming wondered. I don't know. Linny answered. Okay then. Mingming accepted, and it cut to the backside of the car driving in the street in 2 seconds. Then it cut to the traffic in a road. A car was in a hole while the meteor was soaring. Slowly it went on for 4 seconds. Then the scene shows that a car tripped over the rock while driving and flew straight to the public shelter. It then crashed to the shelter. Oh great! Another crashed vehicle, Linny murdered. It then to cut to the people hiding under a table in the basement. They were covering themselves. I'm scared, one of them said. It cut to the cliff where a car is backing up from the back. It then fell while the person in the car was screaming. It then cut to the taxi driving in a city street. 4 people were running to it. Come on, there's the taxi, one of them reminded. As they got into the taxi, drove away. As the taxi was driving, the meteor appeared again. It was soaring down through the sky. The taxi then crashed into the shelter. Oh great, another crashed vehicle again, Mingming shuddered. This is the 5th time a vehicle crashed into the shelter, Tuck muttered. Oh man, I don't want to die in here, a man shouted. Come down, please. We'll all be safe and sound, a lady asked. I think it is time, Linny muttered nervously. The announcer spoke and the intercom spoke. Attention, N-62 Meteor is about to hit in the Earth in 10 seconds. The countdown begins now. What? Yep, I was right. Linny said. The 10-second countdown began, but in every second, there were short scenes that transitioned. The countdown voice was on the announcer. The transitions were 10. A man running in the street. 9. 2 cars were on fire after they crashed. 8. The 3 people hiding under a table in the basement. 7. The traffic. 6. The EA smoke from Canada. 5. The helicopter on fire after it crashed to the Earth Protection Sign. 4. Owen and his parents driving. 3. A car falling from the sky. 2. A man driving at the top of the van. 1. The school where the wonderpets live. 0. The meteor about to hit the ground as the Malaysia AS alarm played in the background. After the meteor finally hit on the ground, it exploded, severely destroying everything except for the public shelter. It cut to the schoolhouse getting destroyed from the explosion. It then cut to the scene of the car flying from the explosion while driving. Then it cut to the city getting completely destroyed from an explosion in the next 5 seconds. This is the disaster! It then cut back to the Wonder Pets in the shelter, covering themselves while tent smoke and flames are flying around. Ah! What's happening? Mingming cried. I think this is it, Tuck shouted. No, this can't be, Mingming replied. Well, team, it's gonna be a pleasure to meet you. Goodbye, Linny shouted. Goodbye! The team screamed as the explosion blew them away, as the scene is started faded and fading to black. The black scene went on for a few seconds until a bright figure of the Wonder Pets faded in. There was an adult male spoke in the background.
Wake up, Wonder Pets.
The voice spoke. Ugh, who is it? Linny asked tiredly of screen.
It's me, Josh Silegh.
Josh Silegh? Tug questioned it tiredly of screen.
I gotta ask you 3. Is the series over?
Ugh, what? Tug questioned tiredly of screen.
If yes, it is. If no, it's not. So pick a choice. Never mind. Anyways, it's over.
Then the figure faded out slowly. It then faded to the Wonder Pets at waking up from their blackout, and everyone got out of the shelter and looked around. This is the end, Mingming gasped. Of course it is, Linny agreed. It then cut to the Wonder Pets walking through the destroyed city looking cornered. Oh no, Tuck gasped. The Earth is destroyed. There are piles of debris everywhere, Ollie stated. After all, it showed the schoolhouse now in ruins. Linny, Tug, and Mingming ran to their schoolhouse only to find it destroyed. What happened to our schoolhouse? Linny questioned it. Well, it got caught in the explosion after that. It now is destroyed, the firefighter explained. Linny, Tug, and Mingming started to feel down along with the cow, kitten, the dog, the dish and the spoon, the hummingbird and his dad, the unicorn, the dragon, Granny Guinea, Bernie, Granny Winnie, Buck Marvin, and Aunt Eleonora. It then cut to a red message saying, "Thanks for watching Wonder Pets," for about 5 seconds. The credits from Season 3 rolled, but something was different. The sky was red, the text was white, and the clouds were moving fast, and the music was replaced with memorable piano music in a loud volume. After the credits, it then showed the Little Airplane Productions 2009 logo, but something was off. At the end of the logo was in a red tint. The littleairplane.com text was replaced with the littleairplane.exe in a red color. The nose had a creepy face, and the text saying Nightmares was on the bottom logo. It then zoomed out of the logo, and there were kids screaming and loud noises in the background for 10 seconds. Soon afterwards, it showed on the Nickelodeon Productions 2009 logo, but something was horrifyingly off. At the end of the logo, the background was red, said the Voidlodian in the Nickelodeon white color. The Voidlodian in a white color, the production's text says Killer Productions in a creepy black color, and the copyright notice changes as well. They were a lot of XC, distorted, creepy, terrifying, and loud noises, and scares playing in the background for 3 seconds. It then cut to the black for 3.5 seconds. After that, it went to the cut to the VHS static for 2.5 seconds. Then it cut to the aqua background with the text on the top saying, "Thank you for saving days with the Wonder Pets." And they were the Wonder Pets on the bottom dancing, and then faded to black, and it ended. I was traumatized of that what I saw. After that, it then cut black to the main menu. I then took out of the DVD, went outside, and threw the DVD on the floor. And then I'm just going to place the DVD player to never watch it again.